Right now we're in a period of time between Purim and Pesach, Purim and Passover. The Talmud tells us in a number of locations that Moshe Rabbeinu had enacted a law that one must be engaged and involved in lecturing and studying the laws which pertain to the upcoming holiday. 30 days before the upcoming holiday, one should publicly lecture the masses in the laws which pertain to that particular holiday. So therefore, 30 days before Pesach, before Passover, the disseminators of Torah, the lecturers, the students who are able to study the laws on their own should begin studying the laws which pertain to the upcoming holiday. And this should begin 30 days before the holiday, because 30 days is sufficient time to be able to encompass and to address all the issues, to be fully responsible to observe that holiday properly. And especially a holiday such as Passover, Pesach, which has multiple laws. It spans many aspects of our behavior. For instance, in the time of the temple period, the Beis Hamikdash, on the 14th of the month of Nisan, which is the month when the Jewish people left Egypt, a Paschal lamb had to be brought in the temple on the 14th of Nisan. It was slaughtered after midday on the 14th of Nisan. All the participants who had shares in that particular species, which could only be a goat or a sheep, had to be previously invested in the animal before it's slaughtered, that it should be considered their animal, their Korban Pesach, their Paschal lamb that's being slaughtered. There are two positive commandments. There's a positive commandment that every Jew must slaughter the Paschal lamb. And every Jew must eat minimally the volume of an olive of meat of the Paschal lamb, which is known as a kazayis. Kazayis being an olive. But if every Jew has an obligation to slaughter the Paschal lamb, the Korban Pesach, it is an impossibility. We only have one slaughterer slaughtering a lamb or a goat. If that's the case, how do you have multiple people who participate in that particular animal? How do they all fulfill their positive commandment of slaughtering? The Talmud tells us there is a principle which is derived from the law of the Paschal lamb, and the principle is known as the principle of agency. That if one appoints another Jew as his agent to act on his behalf in that particular capacity, the Torah values the agent's action as if it's the action and the deed of the one who had commissioned him to act in his stead. In halachic terms, this is known as shliach shel adam kamoso. The agent of a person is the equivalent of himself. And we find this, we extrapolate from this, that if a person appoints an agent to marry a woman on his behalf, to give the ring, and he says to the woman who he's marrying, I am marrying you on behalf of so-and-so, and this is so-and-so's ring, and it's done in the presence of witnesses, the woman is married to the person who had commissioned this agent to act in his stead, to act on his behalf. So as a result of this, all Jews appointing the slaughter of the sheep or the goat, the Paschal lamb, as their agent, it is considered as if they all participated in the slaughtering of the animal itself. As I said, the multiple, endless laws which pertain to the holiday itself. Firstly, as we all know, a Jew is not permitted not only not to eat a leavened product on the Pesach holiday itself, a Jew is not even permitted to possess chometz, the leavened product, in his domain. Not only is one not permitted to possess it during the 7-day period of the holiday, but from midday on the 14th, from the time that one is able to bring the Paschal lamb, one is not permitted to possess the leavened product. Even a product which is inedible, such as the yeast. Yeast is not edible. One's not permitted to have yeast in his domain, in his possession, from the 14th, from midday onward, until after the holiday is over. If one does possess it, one is in violation of a negative commandment. We're going to discuss why, particularly, specifically, the chometz, the leavened product, is something which is so detested and so off limits to a Jew that not only is one not permitted